Mm. Hey everyone, good evening. Ooh, we're getting some feedback. Okay, maybe that'll be better. All right, we are here in the live stream with Cirilla already on the table. And where am I going? Getting my intro graphic off. All right, so hello everyone. Oh, that kind of looks cool though, doesn't it? But that's the beginning soon banner. Oh, wait, no, but I have that as background too. All right, sorry. Talking to myself as this is starting up. I got Cirilla in the studio already on the uh, table here. Hello, really. All right. And I got the reminder up a bit late, but we are here. I still have no idea what we're working on, but what a surprise. I usually don't. It's my Dr. Pepper waiting for me over there. Okay. Let me just get this a little bit set up better. Okay, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Got started maybe a minute late. Anyway, yeah, drawing today. I know last week I did mini canvases. I might still do one today. I got some other things that I'm working on as well. Maybe I'll work my way through that. Are you serious? My PC needs a restart at the moment? How was the surprise 2 table event last week? And actually, it was pretty good, Rob. I had I didn't know I was getting 2 tables. Yeah, well, that's why it was a surprise, right? I showed up at the HorrorCon. They had 2 tables with my name on it. The guy that showed me to my table was like, "Hey, don't complain, just take it." I was like, "Cool," did. So yeah, of course, it was fun. I had a lot of friends that were over there. I mean, I love the snow and I love horror, so the 2 things went well together. Sales were okay. It wasn't like a packed hall, but I did sell a bunch of my canvas prints, and those tend to sell for a higher margin than a lot of the regular prints. So, overall, it was a fun event. It was a successful event. And yeah, thanks for asking. I have a small one this weekend in Somersville, New Jersey, called Nerd Fest, which is the same people that do Cabin Fever and WildCon. March is going to be a strange month. February and March have not been like any big shows, right? But then April, I start really hitting my stride with the bigger shows. Oh, that's right. I was trying to think of what I wanted to say to you, Rob. I was on a interview last night, and you came up because it was for a kid in a comic, and John was asking about some of my fans who may or may not have subscribed to the newspaper, and I said, yeah, Rob was one of the guys that was trying to put the whatchamacallit, the code in, and of course we didn't have it worked out yet, so he didn't know what to do. So John was like, yeah, no, tell Rob to subscribe. So you don't have to, of course, but just reminding you that the publisher would love your subscription if you would enjoy still being subscribed to A Kid in a Comic. Okay, Cirilla. What a surprise. You're gonna be all over. Yeah, so if you want to, Rob, offers there. I think John would appreciate it. And of course I always appreciate the support. John's very excited to have Chadiana in A Kid in a Comic, so yeah. Oh, Cirilla, what's going on? I feel like every live stream she gets more and more demanding and needy at the beginning. She wants like a full neck scratch, multiple kisses, like 16 passes back and forth, just doesn't stop. Oh, but Rob, since you're here, this is one of the newer designs I was gonna be working on. This one's for Patreon, obviously, or it might be obvious. I know I compared it to those Affliction t-shirts, but it was just the best example I could make for Cirilla. Cirilla. It was the best comparison I could make for kind of what I was talking about. But oh yeah, but I do have those. I could work on those tonight too. The other designs I was going to be considering. I'm going to be a little hellion tonight. I'm going to use Cirilla. Do 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 do. That's where you're sitting. Yeah, these guys. I haven't touched them since posting them, but I got a couple more over there. I don't know though. I should probably do the canvases again because those were really top notch. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I haven't sent them out yet. So your packet is nope. That's Jim's. So you're the other one. Oh, obviously your address isn't on it yet, but your name is. So I'll be getting those out soon. Oh man. Okay. So. I thought I put a few canvases in my bag yesterday. I may not have. I don't know. Trying to find them. I just don't know what I would do with the canvases today because I have one guy that wanted a skull, similar to the one that you ordered, Rob, but obviously not the same thing because he was too late on the claim. You got to it first. But I told him that I would do another skull for him. I don't know if I'm gonna do all of that in the live stream tonight, though. I might just want to ink sometimes. It's just whatever mood catches me on a live stream. But I can at least sketch out the skull and then take it from there. That one looks a little wonky. Does it? No, I guess it's fine. It just has that look like it is. All right. You have a skull on your inner left arm. Core Flotmo Florabella is the artist. My buddy Richie Pan did the tattoo. I'm partial to skulls. Well, you know what? I am actually partial to skulls too, Rob. I don't know if I've ever checked out whether you had tattoos or not. I must have noticed them if I did. I don't know though. Sometimes that's not stuff I immediately clock or whatever, you know. But that's cool. Well, and I guess like to some extent, you know, you probably like at least partially the idea behind that one design, which will go on a t-shirt. I don't know that it's necessarily your design, but you know, it'll be available. Now, if I remember, the guy that asked for this skull, I asked him if there was anything remarkably different he wanted. And the one thing he said was something about a spider. Hello, Sorella. They're watching me draw, not the back of your head. Oh, you okay? What's with the jumpiness? What's with the jumpiness? What's up, lady? I just don't know where. What's up, lady? You all right? Yeah. I'm not really set up for water. I might have to finish it on a different day. Oh, God. Oh, man. Anyway, I am tired. I'm still catching up on sleep. All right. Let's see then. No, stay there. Oh, it's all a bit high though. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll stay. Maybe it will stay while I work on other designs. Now it's out of camera. Oh my God. That kind of reminds me too. I just got a notification. I have been approved for Whatnot finally, so I might be doing an occasional live show there, selling some artworks and things. Hang on one second. I just want to make sure that my phone don't go off in the middle of the live stream, as has happened before. All right. Good. All right. No worries. Right. This one. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep that skull there, unfortunately. Kind of getting in the way a bit. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Ugh, my brain is fried and I'm trying to get it to focus at the moment. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. You didn't have to go and do it, Rob. I was just, mentioning it to John last night. I appreciate it. Thank you. Again, I don't get compensated for it, but, it does help the newspaper. It helps more creators get out there. Yeah, it does. I mean, well, you got the first, I think you picked up the first issue at Garden State Comic Fest, the winter edition back in January. And yeah, I'm glad you thought it looked good. If you need any back issues, again, like I've got a bunch. I have 1 through 4, and 5 is obviously soon to be published, which will be with the first Chadiana installment. Oh man, yeah, I'm shaking that table. My hips hurt because I'm an old man. Oh my God, and yeah, tired. I got good sleep last night, though. Honestly, woke up very refreshed, but now I feel exhausted. Absolutely effing exhausted. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Hmm. am doing my absolute best because I feel like I'm about to fall asleep tonight. I'll get to at the end, though, which I will very much appreciate. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. All right. My God. Right. Yeah, that makes the most sense to do, I guess. Yeah. All right. I'll just move that up a little bit. Oh, God. I don't like the way that point is moving. That one's a little whatever too, but might work better for this part. Oh, man. Hey, Jim, how you doing? I got your email and I meant to respond. Sorry. It's a crazy morning. But yeah, I just haven't sent it out yet. I was just chilling. I mean, I got it packed. Don't worry, no address on there yet. I'm not going to dox you or anything live. I'm not that type. But yeah, I will get it out very soon. I thought I was going to get to it Monday. And I was going on like 2 hours sleep Monday. Actually, when I did a Bit and Apple TV thing on another YouTube channel. It was an interview for the whole Kid in the Comic thing that Chadiana's going to appear in. And Yeah, I was doing my best that live stream. I feel like I had more energy for that than I do this. And after a nap, I think I had a total of like 3 hours sleep. Last night, I got a full night's rest. Slept like a baby. And yet I feel exhausted. So anyway, but yeah, I'll try to get it out tomorrow if I can. I got you. I got Rob. I'm gonna have to paint this one and send it out to another guy that tried to claim the skull that Rob got, but he was like 2 minutes too late. So I offered to do him one. Oh yeah, I know that you're patient, but and I know Rob is too, and everything. I mean, Rob's been following me for a while. You have to have patience if you're gonna stick around with me. But no, I just I know you guys want to get it up on well, I'm not sure where Rob's putting it. I know you want to put it, Jim, in your home office, and I don't like making people wait for anything if I can, but definitely once they order artwork or stuff from me, I don't like to have them wait for it. Commissions, purchased art, whatever. It just, oh man. But I appreciate your patience. I really do. Oh man. I am a little bit at a loss here though, because I don't remember if the old Patreon logo, what the color scheme was. I know that seems crazy. Oh, okay. Crazy that I don't crease, whatever that means. That's because I was reading Bookcase at the same time. Yeah, I figured. I think I know where. Not that I know where it is, but I think I've seen it in pictures that you've sent from your apartment. What's the piece I'm working on right now? This is for my Patreon. It's like a little seal for it and my seal there. I've been doing a lot of these things, and this is for like 2 t-shirt designs I want to put out. I'm trying to do some more design t-shirts just to have something else to sell in my online stores, and then I'm kind of like I wouldn't say I'm completely rebranding, but I am updating some of my brand stuff, and I want to do more of this kind of design work even for like my table tablecloth, or the banner behind me and everything. So I don't want to do like a huge banner because I want most of the area for prints or whatever, but I would like to have just a little banner across the top for the times when I can't bring the standing banner. And yeah, what was I looking at? Patreon logo, the old one. All right. Okay. So it was. I have that a little bit off, actually. I should fix it. But didn't it? No, 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 it wasn't like. No, never, never. It didn't have a little square top there, huh? No, you are wrong, Mr. DeSantis. You are wrong. That's why it always pays to use. Oh, I'm losing my mind now. It always pays to use references, kids. You do need to remember what certain things look like, and I made an error here. Not an egregious one, but one that would have been noticeable enough. Yeah, okay. I just, so the only reason I'm not painting this canvas right now is just because I only have my watercolor waters out. My acrylic container is over there in the kitchen. Oh my God. And burps are killing me tonight. So yes, I am. Not wanting to get up from the table at the moment. And go fill that water and have some dead screen time in the meanwhile. So, quite a few viewers today. One like from my mom. Okay. Okay. No, I don't need that little bit. That. I'm sorry, people. You're not boring me, and I'm not boring myself. I can't believe how tired I am. Oh, man. I should keep that ambiance going, though, in the background. That was kind of what I had decided I was going to keep doing, just in case things got a little quiet. Probably mumbling too much. Okay. It's going in the background. All right. You're in need of a coffee IV. It's funny you say that. Oh yeah, and you have your Star Spawn coffee. Funny about that though, right? You know, here's a little side note. The reason I draw Gentleman Cthulhu with the little pinchers is because I think of him more as a Star Spawn than an actual like Cthulhu. But yeah, just as a little side nugget about that. I don't think of him as being the true Cthulhu, so he's kind of like a Star Spawn moonlighting as one. No, I can't have coffee late at night. You know, even decaf can be a little bit dangerous. I will wind up risking not falling asleep. So I try to go lighter on the caffeine later, which is why I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper. I'm hoping it'll just like give me some energy to get through the next hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, I got a lot of exercise in today, a lot of walking and stuff, which could be part of why I'm so tired. And then, but yeah, right. But yeah, I could probably use some sort of pick me up at the moment. So, yeah. Okay. Problem with drawing or even writing when you're tired is it takes even more brain power to concentrate so that you don't mess up. And then that, of course, depletes additional energy. Oh, my God. So, but I'm a professional. We can do this. Okay. You guys watch me just slowly pass out on camera. Oh my God. I'm tired, but I'm still managing straight lines. Maybe that's the secret. Draw straight lines when you're tired. Then you can't overthink it. Yakarmaka. Sorry, I want to add an extra R in there. Yakarmaka. Brain power. Yeah. I'm really in need of some extra brain power right now. Mm-hmm. This must be so entertaining, watching an artist struggle to keep his eyes open as he works through this. I'll tell you, though, from a physical standpoint, this is a great challenge. Did you mention Whatnot Auctions? The app has improved, I'm told by someone I follow there. I did mention it. I don't know when I'm going to get it together. I have to sit down with Carrie Ann Wilson of Bad Carrie Studios. She said she wanted to kind of show me the ropes on it because her and Steph, her husband, are really doing well over there. So she's, it's always like Steph and Carrie Ann telling me, "Hey, you should try this new thing out, JM." And I just say, "Okay." So yeah, they're good friends. So yeah, and I mean that sincerely. Yeah, I just, once I work it out with her, she shows me how to like do a couple of things. Yes, I'll start doing Whatnot auctions. I'll probably start small, with some little things like mini canvases or some of the smaller pieces I did during the live stream, stuff like that. I might do some other items that I just want to move that maybe people aren't always seeing on my table just because of how much is there. I'll mix it up. I would like to use it to do artworks, and I got some sketch covers that are good. They just haven't moved, so I feel like I want to like get it to a different audience and see if that will, in fact, help me out. And at least, moving some of the stock I have that I don't necessarily need to like hold on to forever. I'm second guessing this because I feel like, I would like a little bit of thing there. I can always fill it in later if I don't like it, but well, I could add back too because there are my Posca pens and other things that I can use to get some white in. I might be going back over it. Well, it was a thought in the moment. That didn't quite work out. Second wind, please hit me now. This is, of course, the older Patreon logo because there's that little blob that they use now, which is not necessarily my favorite, but sorry, Patreon. I've been with you since 2015, I think. But yeah, the new logo. I liked the original. The line with the circle in front of it was acceptable, but this new one, not my fave. Not by any stretch. But it's your company. You do you. I'll do me. And we'll all get along just fine. All right. Sorry, I'm growling. That was just a sigh. It wasn't any kind of frustration. I just, oh man, I'm really exhausted. My calves kind of hurt too from all the walking today. Do 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 do. Alright, that reminds me, gotta go back and fix that little spot that I decided I wanted and then didn't want. Oh. That looks pretty circular, I guess. Oh, man. One more hour? Oof. No, I can do it. I can do it. I need like cold water splashed on my face right now. Except I only have the cat to count on for this. Pencil first. Find out. Oh my God. So tired. All right. Now, this is what it's like working some days because all of a sudden I have the serious urge to not finish this and move right over to the other in progress piece that's next to me. Why is that? Well, I still don't know what I want to do with all these designs on here. I guess. Oh my God. Oh my God. What's the P in the middle, Mom? That's for Patreon. That's the old logo. I think their original logo. Oh my God. My God, my God, my God, my God, my God. Almost out of this can of soda, too. Okay. Something goes this way. Yeah. Do 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 do. Poor quiet chat. I hope they're all not sleeping on me. If you are, though, I envy you all. Part of the reason I'm doing this in pencil right now, obviously I'm not going to leave it like that, but I'm just a little uncertain if this is the pattern I want or if I want to go like all the way up to the edge, but I think I want to try this one out with a little bit of an edge there. Kim Siafit, Salova, Swarny, Tunkiare. You need a refreshing sleep. Now, the thing is, I had one last night, James. I just swear I was like asleep because I had this thing on Bitten Apple TV. You can check out their YouTube channel. And, you know, it was a group thing. I didn't have a lot of sleep going into that, but I don't know. I probably was asleep by 10:30. I woke up by 6:30. I got good sleep. I did. I really, really did. So maybe it's just mental exhaustion from having to deal with too much effing BS. I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm very tired today. I feel okay. I just want to be able to like focus on the page better and without Cyrilla's head in the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I actually highlight that comment though, James, so that other people can read your wonderful work on your I know I sighed when I said that, but that wasn't the work on your conlang. I actually was working on mine yesterday. I was sitting down and doing a little reread of some of the stuff that I hadn't touched in a bit, looking up some stuff on ancient Egyptian and Afro-Asiatic and Semitic languages, and then I was about to get into the process. Oh, thank you. I was about to get into the process of starting to work on it, and then focus changed in my sleep-deprived state, and I started working on the next script for the second Chadiana installment for A Kid in a Comic. But look, first steps, even if they're baby steps, you know, we're getting back to it. I have to get it done so I can get issue 3 out, which has been just like held up in development hell, I guess you could call it. More like it's my own personal hell where I'm just overthinking the quality of the piece. So yeah. Unless the bravo was for my pronunciation. Could have been for both, but of your Itlani sentence there. But yeah, you know, I want to get that done and get more of the languages done. And then, you know, we got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Both baby steps in conlanging and your pronunciation. Yeah, I did all right with that one. The other one was a little bit of a tongue twister for whatever reason, but that one, I'm glad I was able to pronounce it right. You okay, lady? Almost tripped over that one. All right. Don't start drinking the paint water. I'm going to have to close those up. Right. might be one of the lowest energy for my personal energy live streams of the series. Number 30. Another, what is it called? Milestone. There we go. And here I am, ready to put my head to the pillow. I'll probably sleep great tonight, though, again. Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it? Mm-hmm. How you doing, Sorella? Just getting in the way over there, huh? It's not so bad. What's funny is I posted a picture of her today, which was from some weeks ago. I just kind of held it back for a little bit for, I don't know. I sometimes try to get my Instagram so that certain things are running in a strip properly. So I kind of had like an odd space to fill. So I was like, okay, now's the time for this Sorella picture. And I posted it. And it was her hiding behind this drawing board and everything. It's on Instagram, Facebook, and the app formerly known as Twitter. But anyway, yeah, I posted it today, and now she's hanging out over here instead of on the chair that she has next to me. Oops, didn't mean to smack that, but how come you're over here, lady? It's a different spot. It's nice, though. The problem is I'm right-handed. Otherwise, I could, you know, draw and pet you at the same time, but I don't have as much control that way. There's some things I just wouldn't dare do, like trying to get precise lines. If I was messing about with lines, yeah, I guess I have enough confidence in my left hand to do that. Oh, God. What a tyrant. I just usually ink these things a little bit differently, and since I want to try something out again, that's why I'm doing so much of this work in pencil. I don't usually get so pencil detailed, but the real thing is, which tool do I want to use to make these lines? Because I really have no idea. I have options. You okay? What are you shaking about? You're getting weird, lady. Maybe I should take you to the vet. You don't seem like you're doing anything in poor health or whatever, but, you know. Oh, God. All right. Sorry. I'm having... I mean, it's gonna look nice, maybe. I hope it does. I hope it looks nice when I start to ink it, but you know. Oh man, I know. These are wide, big yawns. If I wasn't so dedicated to my audience, even one person, I would have just said forget it. But well, there's 5 people watching right now that I can see at least. I don't know. I don't think I get YouTube's analytics live. I just get them after the fact. But I think I've said that before. And if I ever decide to do live on Instagram, I wonder how that will go. Oh no, don't go away. That wasn't like a hint or anything, James. It was just like, you know, no, I don't like canceling commitments. That's my thing, you know. I think once, like, I just really couldn't do a live stream, but that's not like something that I want to make a big habit of, you know. And I said occasionally I'll take the live stream nights off, but I would rather be able to give a whatchamacallit, heads up before that happens, and not the day of, unless it's extenuating circumstances, you know, which hopefully they never happen, but if they do, hopefully not on a Tuesday. But that's interesting. It just occurred to me, not for any particular, well, I don't know why on this particular Tuesday it occurred to me, but I was born on a Tuesday. November 2nd, 1982 was a Tuesday. I know this because every once in a while, well, I think my mom's told me, but also like every once in a while you put a date into something and it's like, yeah, this was this day of the week. It's like, oh, that's cool. Is it fate that I chose Tuesday for my live streams then? No, not in this case, because I think it was, again, Carrie and stuff that were just like, Tuesday's a good night. We do our live streams Thursday, and I think they said somebody else was doing Wednesday, so take Tuesday. It's a good night to have a live stream. And I was like, okay. And there it went. So,
Enjoy the rest of the evening. I'm going to see if I can watch something on cable that I pay entirely too much for. That's why I don't pay for cable anymore, Rob. Sorry that you are. I only do Prime, Netflix, and just the internet. And what I wind up doing is mostly watching YouTube and barely turning on Prime or Netflix. Unless I get together with people to watch something, then, then one of those will go on. But I tend not to be a solo watcher of things. I used to. I don't know when it changed. Definitely not, I think I've said this, definitely not television shows. That I have to watch with someone or in a group. But movies, I used to be fine watching them on my own, and now I don't know. I don't know what happened. I will occasionally, if I want to see something, watch it on my own. So. Okay. Them eyes is getting a little dry. I noticed with one of the previous designs that these zebra pens are really good for these like lines that kind of like fade out as they go down. Sue and I have such different tastes. I have to watch most things on my own. That's interesting. Yeah, Yeah, I'm just more of a, I wouldn't say like a party. Like I said, I could just do it, me and one other person, but I at least need that. If I'm not partner or group watching a show, it's just not happening. But like I said, movies seems to be like happening as well. Like I just want to do it with other people around. I don't know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just going to turn on a Red Letter Media or a serial killer documentary video on YouTube and just let it play in the background while I do something else. Sometimes I'll actually like watch them all the way or listen to them. Without doing anything else, I mean, But a lot of times when I'm sitting here drawing and the camera's not
on my phone, you know, and I'm just here by myself or with the cat, I'll just listen to something. Okay. This is changing my approach a little bit because these curves do not have the same. I can't really have the same style as the other stuff, so I might have to go back and do a little bit of adjusting up on those. That's okay though. To even out the design structure on these, because you know those are kind of open, these are kind of closed and coming together. There needs to be a little cohesion in the designs. Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate all the cheerleading and support I get. You know, it's always appreciated. Definitely. What a weird thing. I never used to do designs like this because I just never really felt confident in doing them. And now it's like, I don't know. It's within, I think since I did the Tainted ones, which was what, 2019? Because that first page of that comic has kind of like a stained glass look, and it came out really good. And it was like, oh my God, I finally seem to have the patience to sit down and actually do like intricate designs and not get too tight about it and just see them through and finish them, which was what my problem was in the past. It was hard to keep focus long term on something. Not that not keeping focus long term, but kind of like sustaining the energy at the same level over time when working on a piece. And you know, it would start to, I'd really want to just move quicker, and now I seem to have the ability to quietly and calmly do things like this, which is great. It's a totally different way of working that, although it's not the way I work all the time, it's a nice little change up. You know, I still like the very vigorous and quick, jagged lines, but being able to do something like this sometimes, it's a nice change of pace. Yeah, I'm gonna have to extend some of those lines too. I'll do it probably with a micron though, talking to myself as I'm putting this together. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's right, James. I'll be able to come to the thing this weekend. The Conlangers meeting thing. Secret organization, whatever it is. No, it's not a secret organization, but I know it's not like an open invitation, like, you know, it's a closed group to those that are invited. That's what I should say. But yeah, I should be able to make it this Saturday because my convention this weekend is Sunday only, and that means I get to see you, Jim, and a bunch of new acquaintances who get together to talk linguistics and conlangs. Okay. Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. I just, like I said, sometimes my convention schedule just can really interfere with weekends, which is fine. Yeah, I don't care. Well, I do care sometimes. There's times where, like this year, June is going to be rough because, I think I have conventions both my dad's birthday weekend and Father's Day weekend. And my dad's birthday, luckily, is on a weekday, so I can still see him on his birthday, but I don't like doing it to him. It happens to my mom, too, a lot. Actually, now it started to happen to me because usually Rhode Island Comic-Con falls around my birthday, so, like, I'm always missing birthdays. I think my sister-in-law's birthday is the same day as a show in April. So yeah, it's just like all over the place. Oddly enough, sitting here all of a sudden, my legs are feeling better. I was just walking around, like my legs are still kind of jittery. Hopefully that doesn't keep me up. I just think like I just did way too much walking today. I've been trying to lose weight, so it's like, and it's going well. I just need to take another 10 pounds off would make me happy. But every time I get down where I got like 10 pounds left or even less, then I shoot back up and I got to go from 20 again. So somehow I got to keep myself from stress eating so that I can get back to where I want to be. I mean, well, ideally it would be even lower if I was going to get back into what I otherwise would refer to as fighting weight, even though I was never like somebody that got in the ring and fought. So it's kind of like not the proper term for it. But it's the weight that was good for me when I was doing martial arts and everything. I hope that's not looking too busy. It looks good to me here, but then I look at it on the screen and it looks a little bit too, like, too much is going on in the corners and then it's too open on the sides. I'll probably add more lines in with a thinner pen, but now it's, I have some misgivings about my choices here. I gotta let that, I was going to say cool off, but that's not really the right word for it. Just let it get wet again because the tip's kind of drying out there. Okay. And this tip is getting a little bit fuzzy on the edge, which I don't want that effect. Sometimes I do with this thing. Let's see, is this one going to keep me a little bit more whatever? Yeah, probably. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you know what? Okay, so I have a tendency to sometimes get too busy for other people's tastes, even though, like, I love the intricate details of anything. It's why I like things like it's like I'm drawing such a blank, like Indian patterns of, like, mandalas and I can't think, like paisley designs, and I like this filigree stuff, and I just have always liked really intricate designs. Oh my god. Starting to have the face of the girl from The Ring. Anyway. Spoilers. Yeah, but then I don't know. Some people, I guess I'm not really overthinking it right now, but sometimes I can, because I used to get such harsh criticism for my inks. People would just be like, it's too busy. I can't see what's going on here. And it's like, well, I don't know. Maybe my mind just works really intensely and focuses heavily on detail or whatever, which, it's part of what makes me and my style unique. But when you're a young artist and you start getting criticized for things that you just are naturally doing, there's this tendency to think like, well, I'm doing something wrong, when that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes it's just a matter of honing it better, kind of making it, getting a little bit more proficient at it so that people can see it for what it is and appreciate it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that your stylistic choices are inherently wrong, or even misguided. It just, just sometimes people can't appreciate something. And yeah, like I said, honing it's a good word for it, because sometimes it's just like you haven't brought it to a state where people can recognize it for what it is rather than like a imperfection or flaw in your own work. Now, yeah, I do get a lot of compliments on my inking, but like I said, there was a period of time where I felt like it wasn't getting a lot of love. I think I had one, actually it was a writer, it was Gary Cohn. And I haven't seen Gary Cohn in a while, where he saw what I was doing with my inks, and he's like, yeah, you have a very like old school classic illustration approach to it. And I was like, yeah, that's what I've been going for. People tell me they don't even know what it is. Nobody else sees that. But you know, at that time, that's not now. I was 22, 23 at the time, something like that. You know, it's when I was first starting out, getting published and stuff. And, you know. I was in the heyday of the now long defunct Comic Book Artists Guild, which is how I got my start. I did a I jumped in because they needed an artist on something, because the artist had kind of like bailed or gone missing, and they needed a fill-in for this superhero kind of sci-fi thing they were doing. And I was like, I don't draw sci-fi or superheroes, but I want to start working. So I said, sign me up. And they said, really? Well, you're ambitious, so we'll do it. And of course they had already like seen my work and stuff like that. And yeah, I did the best job I could with it. I feel like it could have been better. I was getting in my head a little bit on some of the artwork because I was using heavy references in the beginning, and then I kind of strayed away from it as the issue progressed. So I think that hindered the quality of the work. And then my friend Alex Rivera I was only just meeting at the time, but he had to ink over me, and he was as somewhat more experienced, but still kind of new. And I don't think he knew what to do with my pencils. I think he had an easier time in the beginning. Now Alex could probably ink me just fine. I just, I like to ink. So I got friends like Alex or my other friend Enrique. Man, where has he been? I haven't seen him in a while. Who, want to try out inking me, but it's like, yeah, part of my style now is so associated with how I ink things that, I'm afraid to let somebody else ink over me. Not that they won't do a good job, but that it just won't look like my work, I don't have a problem with inkers. Yeah, obviously, I'm friends with a bunch of them. Fighting the inker war. No, inker, like, if you're an artist that really concentrates on your pencils and you don't really enjoy this part of it, or really don't know how to ink lines to add shape and depth and all that stuff, yeah, then of course, like, especially professional work, pass it off to somebody that's going to make it look better. But I know from knowing some inkers that they do struggle nowadays because more and more people are inking their own things. People are more likely to use a computer colorist for their artwork, and at least in comics. You know, in illustration, usually it's just the artist doing the whole thing, of course, but yeah, I think that makes it hard for some of the inkers because, you know, less people are using them because more people just want to ink their own stuff. But there are cases where it's still done, you know. I'm pretty sure if you work for one of like the big two, like Marvel or DC, they insist on using inkers. And I think part of it is just the demanding schedule that, from what I understand, they have in getting the work. And I'd like to say I'll find out someday, but who knows if I will. Certainly a job I would take if it was offered, but, you know, I just feel like my art is so much more lends itself to the horror and fantasy stuff, which is what I prefer doing. So I've been saying to quite a few people lately that, yeah, I just want to lean more into that. Not that I won't do the other stuff, but I really should have been building my brand around that all along. And that's part of what my, not rebranding, but focusing part of my brand is all about lately. Here we are. Getting toward the end of this. Well, it wasn't a canvas. We just drew one, but, you know, got something done today. This was only partially outlined, and now it's going to be a pretty well finished piece. And of course, my brain wants to do something different than what I was just doing because I stopped it for a second. I do want to get rid of at least some of the pencil lines in here so the inks show up as they should a little bit more starkly. What happens is, you know, you have all those pencil lines and then you get this gray that you don't necessarily want to show up. You know, and you can clean it up in Photoshop, and yeah, plenty of people do it, but then, you know, I like looking at the real thing. And the real thing should at least be, although it's going to look like a drawing, you know, can it look somewhat like the artwork? I don't want to make the whole thing come together in Photoshop. But whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in this, I did kind of get my second wind. I don't know if anybody noticed that my energy level went a little bit higher and I wasn't complaining about aches and pains and tiredness. But I still think I'm really going to pass out as soon as I'm done here. Glorious sleep. Oh. Sometimes I hate it, sleeping, because I feel like, I'd like to be able to stay awake and do so much more with the day. And, that's part of, I think, why I have trouble sleeping. I just feel like if I just didn't have to lay down and close my eyes for X amount of hours, like I could do something else with it. And then there's other times where I really feel like, you know what, my brain's had it today. I need to just get some rest. So, mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Where are we now? The sides. We're still doing the sides. Maybe I spoke too soon about that second wind. Follow nature's prompts. Thank you. I will. In another 10 minutes, I can hit that YouTube play button, and I probably won't even hear the intro of, I don't know, what did I listen to today? Suburban Sasquatch Review. Last Vampire on Earth Review. Oh, I could do Clash at the College. Every once in a while, I like really watching the spotlight episodes of Best of the Worst for Red Letter Media. I took a break from them for a little bit because they're starting to get into so bad. Good, bad, or bad. I think that's what it is. Yeah, good, bad, or bad. Because I didn't watch their channel before. It's Red Letter Media, Weird Movies with Mark. Good, bad, or bad. I was watching Jason Brandt or Brian or whatever, but I don't know. I used to also watch Chris Stuckman, but well, oh, that's right, I'm on YouTube. Yeah, not so much anymore. Let's just put it that way. I think his change in direction on how he was doing reviews and such were just, I don't know, it's just not as interesting to me. Power to him, he can do whatever he wants. It's his life, his career. Just, sometimes the content just doesn't hit the same when somebody changes it, which is, I guess, what I always get worried about now, because, I'm talking about leaning harder into the dark fantasy and horror stuff. And not that I haven't always done it, but I've always been so eclectic in all the stuff that I do that then it's like, well, are some people going to be like, I don't like this direction JM's taking. I think I'm just going to be out of it, I mean, I guess it can happen no matter what, Bands change their music sometimes and people are just like, not for me. I can't think of too many artists that do it. But every once in a while, somebody will do a project where it's a little bit like outside their normal wheelhouse, and somebody's just like, yeah, this isn't, a writer will just take a chance on a book, a different type of subject matter, and it just doesn't sell as well because like the fan base is there for like a specific thing. But I think that's why, I'm not getting any younger, and I think that's why I got to start focusing a little bit more on specific areas of interest, because on the other hand, I think part of the problem is I have so much that I like to do that new people coming in have no idea what to make of the work. And as I've said in past live streams, I've had and have a few friends that have had that problem. Like they just do so much and it's impressive. Like I don't certainly have any issue with it, but they seem to struggle with getting a following that's stable, because sometimes people are like, well, like my friend Justin, he does sculptures and music and everything, and some people buy his sculptures, but then it's like, oh, you do music? I feel like the puppets are a good connected thing, but he said even with that stuff, it can sometimes be a little bit of a problem to sell people on it, even if they're buying the sculptures from him. It's like, puppets? Really? Why are you doing puppetry work? I remember us talking about this, and, the two of us, some people give me a hard time because not really a super hard time, but sometimes it's like you write and draw, and you just like do one of them. I remember actually it was an anchor, actually. This guy was talking to me, doing some mentorship early in my career. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And he was like, you got to decide whether you want to be an artist or a writer, because either you're going to want to be able to draw things, or you're going to want to be able to describe the things for somebody else to draw. But you got to really like choose what you want to do. And you know what? That's fine. Some people have that attitude. I also sometimes think that people that have that attitude are just a little bit too afraid of, trying to be good at more than one thing, which I think is kind of ridiculous if you think about it, right? Like, just think about home chores, right? Some of us are like very good at cooking, but just because you're good at cooking, right, it doesn't mean that you then can only be good at cooking and you can't put a swing set together or a piece of IKEA furniture. Maybe you can be good at both. So I don't understand the idea of like professionally, well, you just got to do one thing and be good at that one thing. Because we don't do that in life. It's like, well, I can walk really well, but talking, that's a whole other skill. I'm really concentrate on just walking very well. I don't think I want to do the talking thing too, of course. How could you describe that to somebody if you weren't doing the talking bit? But now we're starting to get on that lack of sleep. It's looking pretty good. I might do a little bit more with it, but I can't be sure in the mental state I am with the being so tired as I am. But I would say it's pretty well done. There might be a thing here or there that I can just add. But yeah, I'd say this is how it's going to go. I'll scan it, add some color in Photoshop, because I do seem to be doing that, at least with some of these types of designs, is coloring them on the computer. And then, we'll get those other ones done. This one's for Patreon only, but, at least you can see it on my live stream. I mean, it might show up on my posts sometimes on social media, but that would only be because I was posting about Patreon. I had done a new graphic for Patreon last year, but I didn't feel like it was that great. It kind of got rushed, and I don't know. I wasn't sure what I really wanted out of it, I think. And then when I got it into Photoshop and did it, and it had been so long since I computer colored, I kind of was like, it'll be good for now. Doesn't have to be forever, but just good for now. Anyway. All right, that's what I was going to go do. All right. I think there's like 2 minutes left, but it's good enough. It's good enough. I need to go get some sleep. Anyway, yeah, I will see you all next Tuesday, which is like, I don't know what, the 27th, 28th, 27th. I believe is the 27th. I think leap year's on a Thursday, from what I understand. So yeah, I'll be seeing you all next week, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or no, we're going to be going into daylight. I don't know. We're in daylight now. Daylight savings. I don't know. I always get confused about this. Eastern Standard Time. I don't care. They need to get rid of that. And yeah, I'll be back with another less tired episode. Let's all hope for. And I think I did okay today. I mean, look at all that. That's this is when I feel impressed with myself, is that I was able to do this tired. When I'm just like normally drawing and I do this, I feel like it's the worst stuff I've ever done. But today I'm like, you're tired. Look at what you did. Nice job. Anyway, see you next week. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. If you're going to be in Somersville, New Jersey this Sunday, I will be at the is it the Delta Marriott or Holiday Inn or whatever for Nerd Fest. And yeah, then I will thanks, Dad. And then I will be back again for another one. And then I think the following weekend is PoochieCon in Teaneck, New Jersey, which is very close to where I live. So it's a short trip to that one. Anyway, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you next week.